Hey guys, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Still not any easier to say that name after how many episodes? Anyway, good God.
Good morning, Nicky. Oh, wait a minute. Why are you by yourself? I thought we had a bunch of friends. It's just us.
Yeah, morning, Pearly.
Mr. Nick, where the crap is Maya?
I'm sorry, we just don't know. The investigation's still going on, so I wasn't allowed in the inner temple. So nobody told us?
Oh, that's a bummer. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those tricky locky thingamies?
No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. So... Come on, somebody just get a bolt cutter! Oh my god! She's required to be in court today, so I guess she can't open them after all.
How come she's not in the defendant's lobby?
I have to admit, it's kind of strange. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. What? Edgeworth?
Oh no, we're not alone. How about that? We got a big tall man right here.
What is Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. You're joking. You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. What gives? What? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession. Or so I heard. Hey! I should be the one squeezing. Franziska von Karma, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't... Oh. It's Godo. Phoenix, that should not be a surprise. Like, why'd you even have to ask? Really, Nick? Mr. Wright, who else would it be but Godo?
Oh yeah!
Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
Maybe she's using bobby pins on them walkie-talkies. You don't mean she's...
Exactly.
But I didn't finish my sentence.
She's the one trying to remove those Well, I'll be darned. Franny's doing something good and hopeful and useful for once. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. Good. Hopefully she'll be, a little lighthearted. After, doing a good deed for once. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. Bro, that's how long the trial gonna last. That ain't fair. I hope everything continues to go smoothly, and we'll receive some good news soon. Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for coming over. Prosecutor Godo intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. Who you telling? Who you telling? You don't gotta tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-red and frantic maniac you were yesterday. A maniac? I thought I did okay. It's kind of strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after that decision, I felt myself getting a whole lot stronger. Interesting. Maybe you passed your cold onto someone else.
Oh no, is it contagious?
And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Thanks, bud. Oh boy, alright, Pearls.
Okay, it's me again, alright.
I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. Like legit, half of it is missing, even though we investigated for like 5 days. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Denum. No, Miss Misty Fey. Oh, thank God, because I really am tired of saying that. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And, well, what that woman is really after. Because, yeah, if she really just wants to, help out Pearl, come on. What's the big deal? Pride, I guess. I'll solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. And my name is the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney! Bring it, Godo. I'm not afraid. Oh, Pearls isn't with me, darn it. I'm kind of worried. Never mind. Hey, I'm back. How long's it been, huh? About, like, weekend? How y'all been? Court's in session for the trial of Iris and you know it already. Why don't even come up here and say this?
Your Honor, what are you...
Who? Oh, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers early this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever, and he fainted. And he might die to his old age. Whoever passed that ailment on him, I wish only the worst in life. Therefore, I'll be standing in for the butter.
Yeah? That was your brother?
So they were. That explains a lot. Totally different accents, though. Maybe they, too, were separated at birth, just like Iris and Dolly.
My poor biological brother. He looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. But really, it ain't that fun. It's more of a drag. No. You sit down for so long, you start to get hemorrhoids. It's nasty.
Is it impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us?
Well, I'm sometimes a clairvoyant with this game, but, not necessarily, if you want to be literal about it. If you don't drink any water for days, I might die. In fact, I'm certain I will die. Congratulations, you predicted the future.
This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment.
Well said, Mr. Godo. I understand exactly what you said. At least until the end, anyway. Something about judgment. Hey, I'm good at that. Watch this. Oh, wait, nope, gotta hear the statements. Now then, Godo, please proceed with the opening statement. Part of it.
Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There's only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug.
I can't wait to see what's in there. Maybe it's like a little toy and you can take it home, you know, like in a cereal box. Oh, I got a business idea. I gotta patent that. So when you meet, okay, so forget it. What exactly are you talking about? That people would drink the little toy and then choke. I can't.
It was a decent enough startup, Mr. Judge, but during yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, well, she had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple had a confession to make.
A confession? The defendant can do that?
No, they can't. No, they can't. What? Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first? I thought she liked me.
Come on, Phoenix. Come on. Ain't no one gonna like a bum like you. God dang, bro. Come on. You don't know how to treat a lady like yours truly. Besides, they always go after the older gentleman. Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession.
Okay. So, what could you not tell me yesterday? I don't understand.
Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession.
I don't know about that one. Seems kind of personal for the profession part.
That's one of my rules.
My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to? You know, I'm a fan of making this snappy, but I'll give you a chance.
Yes. But first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
Eh? It's all right. What is it? Iris?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in that terrible incident.
Are you actually is this the first ever? What the? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Denum? Is that right?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise.
Wait, after the spirit left? What?
And carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it.
My God. You did what?
That makes sense. The sword. Only her fingerprints are on it.
Oh, order in the court. Oh my God. So we wasted all that time before for nothing. You wasted everyone's time. How dare you? Are you saying you were an accomplice to a murder?
Yes, that's correct.
No, what the dump? Go to what? 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat. This is bogus. She was fighting for her life before. What happened?
Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. Just happens to be that in this case, it's to a murder.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Isn't that right, Mr. Trite?
Kodo.
So this is the confession you were conferring about. Pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris' testimony was all a lie.
She crumpled it up and threw it away. Well, how about that? She did in fact go there, and I mean, she wasn't even remotely fazed by this letter from Larry. Dang, girl, you got some guts.
Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up? And by your actions?
Iris is covering for someone. But they're not gonna believe that it's, you know. I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket. And honestly, is that a toad?
It's actually a frog, Johnny. Toads don't.
I don't care.
I've been a Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition, and our mission is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family, these Eastern esoteric family trees, I don't really understand it. Is it like a bonsai or more like kudzu?
Kudzu is not a plant. It's not a tree, Your Honor. It's a kind of a weed, actually.
Oh, I see. Well, how about that? You listen?
As I was saying, that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey.
You lost me. Elise was definitely not going after her own daughter. I can't. What are you spinning here?
Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite.
She's naming Maya. So, wait, have I got it twisted? What is she saying exactly? Oh my God, order in the court, seriously. So not only did you witness the murder, you knew the name of the Oh my God. Oh my God. You're saying Maya killed her own mom?
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes, and then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
That can't be true. That can't be true. What on earth? No!
Maya would never do. That's ridiculous. Maya couldn't. She was locked up. The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Yeah, but it's rather needed, Sonny. Yeah, but they're necessary to me. Now listen, witness. Let's hear that testimony again. What exactly happened on that night of that there crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
I thought I was prepared, but come on. Maya killing her. But if Maya channeled Dahlia by accident. No way. I mean, we can't not prove that. That makes perfect sense. Oh my God. No. No. So much for not predicting. No, that can't be true. That can't be. Even if it is, we have to fight like it's not. I mean, that sounds stupid, but come on. I never imagined the case would end up like this. Yeah, no kidding. No effing kidding. What the I thought I had this one.
I went to the inner temple that night and saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
Wait, what weapon? Hold up.
Now you're saying it's a self-defense? Oh lordy, here we go again. I hate these things.
Yes. Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. I'm sure of it.
Wait, didn't you just lie in the previous... Well, I wasn't here for that.
That's how I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. And now you're turning your back. How about that? Isn't that right? Not bad. You got the instincts of a true criminal.
Yeah, it's like she's done this before. Covering up for a family member. Iris, why could she not have a happy life? Something's not right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple. Can I prove that? And the person who did it was that woman. But how would she know? If this is a Yami Yugi situation, you know, how would she be cognizant of it? Iris even admitted it. What's going on? This is like the only way she... But if she's trying to protect Maya, then what gives?
Mr. Wright?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll get to it. I'm in my own head. We just gotta take this one step at a time. Eventually it'll all come clear. So the first thing... Strike Mystic Maya with her staff. But... Oh no. I don't think we can reveal that, yeah, this is a trick blade, but... Because that's only gonna hurt us in the end, but let's talk about the staff. You're saying that the victim attacked Maya. Miss Faye.
Yes. It was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard in the head and looked like she was going to collapse.
What were you doing at the time?
Well,
Why don't you stop them from fighting? Come on. You're a big girl. I don't know what I meant by that. I'm not calling her overweight. She grown. She old. Look, come on. Well, bad example, but come on. Maya's just a little old thing.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
If I was there, I would use my intimidating strength to knock both down with a seismic wave. Disarming both in the process. But a delicate lass like the deer here, it's understandable she would not possess abilities such as I.
What? This doesn't sound right. What the dumb? I don't believe this testimony for a minute.
What happened after that?
Well, Mystic Mind was still stumbling. What is Elise's motive? Come on! She moved in to deliver a fatal strike? Really?
I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached in her robe for a weapon.
Oh, you don't say. Wait a minute. What was this weapon and what did it look like?
It was some kind of dagger.
A dagger, huh? Yeah, right. Elise Denum tried to stab her with this weapon? You're sure of it? To kill Miss Faye. Can I get this on court record?
Yes, exactly.
Come on, she's already a caster class. Why would she have a dagger? Come on. That's unbelievable.
Ha! Quote as many dorky RPGs as you want. It's not gonna save you, right?
RPGs are cool. I just happen to like investigation games a little more right at the moment.
You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcester sauce.
Ew. It does have the same color. Okay?
Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy?
You're a lawyer too. Do I have a problem with it? Absolutely. Doesn't add up. Your Honor, I have a small problem with what she's talking about.
Really? That sounded fine to me. This witness is your own client, Sonny.
Well, she's not telling the truth. So I don't know what that makes her, but I gotta point it out.
Oh, that's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir?
Hey, you can't do. Well, I gotta say that. Oh man, he's stealing my job. He's stealing my job.
Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me.
Hey, that's like 5 sips. He's going for a speed run.
Okay, now, let's continue.
Yeah, Goto's kind of creepy in this one. She threw away her staff and pulled a dagger. I'm sorry, Iris. That doesn't add up, and this is why.
Oh, frick, I dropped my controller. Sister, excuse me, sorry. Where did it go? What the? Oh, right, okay.
Fell behind me.
Are you all right? Any day now, right?
Yeah, okay. There's something strange about your version of events.
Huh? It sounded right to me.
Mr. Noom throwing away her staff makes no sense at all, I'm afraid.
But all you can do is whack someone with something like that.
No. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, but the victim's staff has a special feature we miraculously discovered. Holy up, I'm glad we did. As you can see, it actually doubles as a sword.
Well, it was too long to be,
If Elise Denum really wanted to kill Maya, she wouldn't have thrown away her staff. And she wouldn't carry around a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands. A beautiful blade? Well, what do you got to say to that, sister? Huh?
I was about to say,
No need. That was an impressive bit of investigating, Trite. I never would have thought there was a sword in that staff.
Why do I get the feeling he's being sarcastic?
But even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close-quarter combat. Maybe that—
Bull crap!
Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade.
You could argue, dagger doesn't have as much reach. Maya could have got away.
No, that's just not possible. Anyway, the type of weapon she chose isn't what's important. The important thing is she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony.
There is something strange about this whole it doesn't add up. She doesn't have a motive.
Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point.
Very well. The defense will now present evidence to back up its argument.
Mr. Wright.
I have here another piece of evidence that shows the testimony can't be trusted. And it's because a loose student would never attempt to take the life of Maya because, well, does she know who Maya is, though? I don't know if that was ever stated. I mean, all we have to go off of is that. Wait, let's read Elise's new thing. Misty Faye, Maya's mother and master of the Kurain technique. That's gotta be it. Why would she go after her own daughter? She would never attack Maya. Never, ever, 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 ever!
How can you be so sure? Some mothers are awful.
Well, I can't disagree with that, but the victim's real name was not Elise Denum. Her real name was Misty Faye.
Faye, hey, that sounds familiar.
No. Not Misty Faye.
Too many M's. Stop it.
Oh God, now I'm doing it.
Are the two related? Maybe they're not. That can happen.
Misty Faye is the master of the Kurain channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya.
So they are related. How about that? Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty darn sure.
Is it really true?
Yes. How many times do I have to say it?
Was Elise Denum actually the great Misty Faye?
Yeah. I mean, Bikini never told you? There's no doubt about it. Looks like Iris had no idea.
Then, what the heck? I can hardly believe it.
Well, it's a fact. The idea that she would try and kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation as to why she'd do such a thing. You can't. She wasn't even going after the master's title. She'd get that anytime she wanted.
Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it sounded natural enough. However, in light of some recent facts being presented, this testimony's a little shaky. Shaky like a bridge, a suspension bridge, mind you. The victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that it was a battle of life and death between a mother and her daughter. Now I know disciplining a child can be a difficult affair, but murder, that's a little extreme. I've heard the term, "I've brought you in this world, I can take you out." I never heard nobody actually do it. Despite the facts being believable when I thought they're on their own, when taken together, the entire story seems a bit difficult to believe.
Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one little thing.
Is this going to be another one of your coffee-related, interjections?
Ha! You still don't get it, do you?
I think I do have a firm grasp on your character.
You think maybe my beans are under-roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps!
Could you just, come on. We've been through this, for 4 chapters. Just get to the point.
I heard this witness confession this morning, just as I'd taken the first sip of my 8 cups of morning coffee.
You're gonna ruin your health like that, my friend.
Ha! Maybe I am. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. I hear he's even got a hot single on the act of itself. And he discovered this little
Beauty. No. So the knife is real? You're joking.
Is that the dagger the witness just testifying to seeing?
Obviously, Your Honor. I mean, come on. Do you not notice something else?
There's blood on it. And Elisa's sword is completely clean. No, what the heck? Where'd you find that? I didn't see that when I was investigating. I even had a metal detector. What the?
Did you investigate the pine tree at the scene of the crime?
Which one?
The dagger was stuck in the backside of the tree when the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women. This little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree.
So they just chucked it back there. Jeez. You know, you really could have just took it to, the bridge. Never would have found it, just saying.
Which means the blood on the dagger belongs to the victim, is that it? Is that right?
Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken the sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee.
That's horrible. Wait, didn't you say it was the... Hey! Somebody... In the record, he's lying in court! I don't think that's gonna fly.
I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice.
In any case, the court will accept this as evidence, regardless. I order that the blood test be performed, though. But, we'll have a substitute knife. One of mine, just in case, we need to look at one. But we gotta take this other one out.
Yeah, we get it. This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right.
Will do. Get it, bailiff? Now.
You got it, boy.
Okay. Now then. I don't... Best case scenario, that blood isn't actually Misty's.
The testimony we just heard has numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider testimony to be at least a little credible.
That's not good.
Cute girls never lie. Ever. But
That... Homie, you've not been watching the other videos, have you? Come on.
In any case, witness, could you please testify again to the court?
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw, the battle between the two women.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. God, was that just the first statement? It was! Holy crud!
Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head. But then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon. Suddenly, Mystic Elise was on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern.
Oh my god. I almost believe this. No!
That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
And I presume you put her in solitary confinement for her own good? To give her an alibi? Is that it?
That was a very heartbreaking story. My.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
That does seem reasonable. They do grow up so fast and all that.
She had a Magatama, come on!
Now then, right, proceed.
I don't even know where to start here. There's nothing. We just gotta go in order. She stumbled briefly and hit her head on the staff. Okay. So if we investigate Maya and she doesn't have this bump on the head, then what?
Well, you see, she was in an ice cavern. Maybe a piece of ice fell on her head and soothed her wounds?
Crud, she's good. Be that as it may, were you standing with the witness all... were you standing when you witnessed all of this? Were you prone? Or were you on your tuchus?
What do you mean? I don't know what tuchus,
If either of them had noticed you, they might not have continued their battle.
I wonder if that's true. The two of them, they were standing near the stone lantern.
Okay, so... Well, it doesn't look visible in this picture.
I was watching the whole thing from behind. It was dark where the two of them were, so... I think that's why they didn't see me.
But you could see them? I guess she's saying there was enough dark to... What?
So it's dark in the garden when the murder took place. Tell me, what did Miss Maya Fey do after she was struck?
Oh my god, this is so horrible for Maya. Jesus. I'm just envisioning this right now. That's so scary. I hate having an overactive imagination. When she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack, she stole her weapon. But why was Maya there at all? She should have been training, right? What happened to the victim's staff?
I'm not sure. The area was very dark, so I really couldn't see. I think it got knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated.
So you didn't move the amethyst? Is that right?
Well, that makes sense. That would explain the need for the dagger.
Mystic Elise raised the dagger to strike, but Mystic Maya dodged it. The dagger struck the lantern and fell to the ground, and then at some point she picked it up.
Nothing sounds especially strange yet. But how can we explain how the ball got there?
What did the victim do when the weapon was stolen from her?
Suddenly, Mystic Elise was on the defensive with her back to the stone lantern. Okay. I mean, sure. You're saying that Maya turned the tables on the victim? She's a little girl, come on.
Well, she's 19, and the other one's somewhat old.
Yeah, okay, fine. You got me there. But she's oh, my little baby. What the...
Mr. Maya wasn't herself at the time. After all, her life was in danger.
I still can't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering somebody at knife point is just... It's ridiculous!
Afraid that's the way it goes. As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
She's not a fox! That's creepy coming from you, Mr. Womanizer! I believe the correct description, anyways, is a cornered fox is scared and petrified and unable to wield a dagger.
Oh, maybe you're right. Huh. Well, your animal analogies are getting old.
You brought it up!
Oh, be that as it may, so after Maya backed the victim in the corner, then what?
That's when she stabbed her. Mystic Leaf managed to fling the knife, but then she collapsed. Why did she collapse? Where did the dagger go? We already know this.
I have no idea. It was dark and I couldn't see.
According to the detective who found the dagger, it was stuck in the pine tree. Most likely it was flung towards the tree after the struggle.
That was most likely the explanation.
After being stabbed in the stomach, did the victim collapse right away?
Now that I think of it, she seemed to stare at Mystic Maya for a while, and Mystic Maya stood there, not moving an inch. It felt for a moment like time had just stopped.
Maya's domain expansion? I'm sorry, it's such a dumb joke.
But then suddenly, as if the spell had worn off, Mystic Leaf fell over.
Seems like a reasonable story at first, but there's one thing that's completely impossible.
Come on, look at those puppy dog eyes. She can never hurt nobody.
The very idea of Maya stabbing anybody, that alone's impossible, which means there's gotta be a contradiction somewhere. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is, okay, it was before this. When did she mention stole her weapon? I need to look again when it's talking about the staff and how that was moved around. What happened to the victim's staff? I'm not sure. The area is very dark. But if Iris did not move it, she claims to not know how that happened, then that's a discrepancy we need to learn about. It's found on Dusky Bridge. Came from the victim's staff. But is that applicable here? I don't know. But it's worth a shot. Okay, that failed. Bummer. The witness statement is wrong.
No, it's not. Shut up, dummy.
Dummies, that's kind of juvenile coming from me. Okay, so, let's think this over again. One of these has to be lying. Never actually read the knife. Found behind a tree in the inner temple garden. The blood is being analyzed currently. Okay, that's not much to go off of. Wait, has blood on it, came from the victim's staff. If she threw the staff away, how did blood get on this? How did the victim's blood get on this? Because Maya was hit by it. According to her story. That's weird. Wait, what? Stabbed in the back? Huh? Huh? That makes all this bullcrap. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's what Mystic... I forgot. God, it's been so long since the sword thing. She got Sephiroth stabbed, bruh. She didn't get stabbed like this at all. How do I say this, though? Okay, throw the knife away, suddenly mystical, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's this one. That doesn't match up with the autopsy, I'm afraid. Looks like you're not a wreck. I almost used the weather report again. Where the dump is? I just saw it. There you go. Hold up, Missy. You might need to get your vision checked. Something you just said isn't right. Oh, you didn't know? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains a few contradictions.
No, it doesn't. What?
According to you, it happened like this. But that don't make no sense. Maya stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern? Get real!
You're not being very gentlemanly about this.
But still, I gotcha!
But yes, that's right, because that's what happened. That's why I'm testifying, and I'm trying very hard. I don't appreciate your attitude.
Well, you're getting it anyways. If that were the case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right?
I guess that is my tummy's quite large. That's a big target, but it protects my vital organ.
According to the autopsy report, the victim was actually stabbed in the back and died from blood loss. So, this proves the victim was stabbed from behind and not from the front like you stated. Sister Iris, It appears another seed of doubt's been sprouted from your testimony. Thanks a lot. I'm enjoying this a little too much. Ew. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? I'm just saying how it is.
It's simple, really. People are like books. We all got a front and a back.
You get my drift. What about the spine?
We don't talk about the spine! In that case, it'd actually be on the back. Well, the book analogy can wait.
Is that all you have to say for yourself? Now, come on, you're barely even trying here, sonny. I'm rooting for you.
I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind.
Nah, come on. Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and just do your job?
I don't feel like it today.
What I just turned into Bruce Lee there for like 2 seconds. Well, the point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't add up. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting, being mother and daughter, and now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach. 3 strikes, you're out! There certainly are some inconsistencies, but I believe them without any doubt. Well, I just gave you doubt! Iris, how about it? Do you believe your own testimony?
Well, it's just,
If you ask me, you're just too naive about the whole thing.
Oh yeah, get real, Godo. You're a hack. How am I... What?
There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee, but to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses.
even hearing?
Especially hearing. Have you ever rattled a can of beans, trite? Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said?
Prosecutor Godo, even I must admit, you may need to elaborate a tiny bit.
The witness was quite unambiguous about her ambiguity when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly.
Well,
a human needs one thing to see, and that is light.
A light? Where are you going with this? I'm even confused now.
By the way, did you know? Hazakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is in the inner temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit.
I did wonder about the stone lantern there, but I mean... Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light the stone lantern.
Because her back was acting up?
Well, it hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good.
Oh, okay. That's good.
In other words, it had to be nearly pitch black that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but I'm afraid that's all.
No. What about the snow that was burned away? What about the other lanterns? Most enlightening.
Yes, that's illuminating fact. It's chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would have been difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We couldn't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Trot?
No, I got you. I'm not even gonna act scared. Bull crap. Then how do you explain the pillar? If she really did write it that way. Come on.
Here you are, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Ugh! I'll carry it here myself. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind.
Apparently it was not lit the night of the crime. But still, there's other light sources there. Come on. Why is the judge just sitting there with a look on his face?
What's wrong, Your Honor? That flame too hot to handle?
Why did you drop a giant stone lantern in my courtroom? You track dust here too. It's gonna take hours to clean. That and
this lantern, there's something written on it. Now, oh God, they're gonna get blood on the floor too. The custodians are gonna kill us.
Oh, I guess I didn't notice that.
Why is it written in blood?
So the judge didn't know about that? Okay.
Written in blood.
Wait, what? You don't know too?
You mean I touched blood? Ew! Ew! Ah, it's on my tie and everything.
Well, it says Maya upside down. How about that?
What?
Oh, yes, that's right. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining out of her body.
So she dipped her finger in her own back and got some blood, and then, if that's the case, if her back is to the wall, why is there not like a spot of blood like that? I don't think, what? You see what I'm saying, right? No, we can't, Johnny. We can only hear you. Yeah, I don't know why I'm making like hand signals.
It looks this way.
Wait, what?
Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about?
Oh my God. Godo, that's right, he can't see. I guess he's red colorblind?
What do you mean we can't? You're talking about
The message in blood. You.
Nonsense. This lantern's as clean as a whistle. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even touched it.
It really is like that. He can't see the blood at all. Now I think of it, he said say something yesterday.
My eyesight's pretty messed up. Even these huge goggles on my head, I can't see everything.
God, that's awful. That's what he meant by that.
And then the case is obviously an important clue, even if the defense attorney can't see it. I guess the prosecutor, same difference. Well, now we know the crime scene was in fact dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone tablet that was not lit. Okay. Anything to add, Godo? Oh, you seem rather flustered.
Okay then. Let's move on.
He's literally shaking. And somehow I don't think it's because of the coffee. You know, because he's built a tolerance. I mean, like, it's really just brown water to him at this point.
I believe it has now been established successfully that Miss Denoom was killed by Maya Fey.
No! Let me talk!
Now it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears.
Oh, I'm an idiot, dude. When she said the staff was discarded, right? Wait, she said she didn't know where the staff went. But maybe it was at that moment, because she still had to relocate it to the main temple. Okay, never mind. I screwed up last time. I didn't think about that. Anyway, Sister Iris's cover-up. Let's hear about her cleaning duty.
After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master. So I removed the body from the inner temple myself. I dragged it behind me, all the way across Dusky Bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple.
And then you, did that.
I used the Shishishito altar, the way the wound looked.
To alter the way the wound looked. Yeah, no. The Shishishito is not an altar. We got it. An altar would indicate that, yeah, you either get married there or sacrificed. What's the difference? Some idiot might comment. No one would say that. No one would say, why do I make these straw mans? It's so silly.
So, you moved the body, is that it?
Yes. I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal to the Fae clan, but even so, I never imagined that Elise Denu would actually Misty Fae all along. I've committed a terrible sin.
A terrible trick of fate it is.
You're looking for a twist of fate? A trick is, kind of checks out.
I intended to return the inner temple after taking care of the body, but...
You were spotted by the head nun.
Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
The story makes sense now, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead.
Okay, got it. Wait, you dragged... I mean, the only thing that comes to mind is you dragged the body across the Dusky Bridge? I mean, that thing's pretty rickety. It's pretty amazing you can make it all the way across such an old bridge.
It looks worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy despite its age.
It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to even catch a simple cold.
Well, I've proven that's not true. There's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw her over Eagle River? It would have been much easier than dragging her all the way to Hazakura, right?
I thought that it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Fae. That's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible.
Makes perfect sense to me. For the time being. Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge?
That wasn't it? I was for sure she'd mess up. Okay, I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura. But wait a minute. If that's the case, the tracks. I thought the snowmobile was there all along. It's back to the tracks again. Okay. So someone leaves. There's well, that's Phoenix leaving. Because the snow was stopped completely. And it's true, she did have the key. Let's just press the snowmobile part. It might be that. Snowmobile. I knew that'd show up sooner or later, yeah.
I have the key, you see. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura to Dusky Bridge.
Hazakura to Dusky Bridge. Isn't it the other way around? This is the part that was in the question the other day. Should I ask for more details? Yes, we can get her on this. About the snowmobile. Let's start there. Let me hear about it. Your snowmobile ride.
It was very cold that night, so I rode in all the way to the foot of the bridge.
Huh? What?
I'm sorry, witness, but now I've got a problem with your testimony.
Yeah, you can do that? Huh? Well, I guess she's the defendant, sort of.
Excuse me?
Kodo, what are you doing?
That night, after the head nun left the remainder of the training to you, she said she walked from the inner temple back to Hazakura.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Fairly certain that's what she said, yeah.
Let's recall her comments on the subject.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there, by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. So that's a lie. You didn't take the snowmobile.
That snowmobile was in front of the main gate. This is one of those contradictions you're talking about, huh?
Well, hey, thanks for the assist, but, why? What? I was about to get to that.
Mr. Godo, what are you doing? You're not supposed to point out the contradictions. You're stealing another man's job. Is one not enough for you?
Let's just say I like things to be neat and tidy.
Well, maybe. Sister Bikini missed it? Yes, maybe she didn't see it.
You think she missed a snowmobile? That's ridiculous.
Whatever. Even I don't think this is decisive enough to warrant any more time or effort. It's just, you better be careful in your testimony. That's all I gotta say. A small little cookie like you shouldn't have any trouble understanding.
A cookie?
A cookie?
If I was a girl, I would not like to be called a easily, crummy snack. Like, what? What's all that about? Why would Godo give me a hint? Does he think that little of me? Shoot. I don't mind, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue. Shut up. All the way to Hazakura Temple, is that?
Yes, I thought that way Mystic Maya would never be a suspect. That's what I thought.
Then in this case, let's try the other one, the tracks. 'Cause, I mean, that makes sense. If you really did move her body by snowmobile, there should be tracks left in the snow, right?
Well, yeah.
the picture presented all yesterday's trial, well, are these the tracks on the ride?
I think they are,
Dang it!
but
I can only see one set of tracks.
I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was falling when I left Hazakura.
Okay. The snow was falling, huh? Why the snow? Oh wait, it was snow. Oh, I'm getting too old for this job, I tell you.
Then when the murder took place, it had already stopped.
Okay, it's just refreshing us that, yeah. How about it, right? You think it's important? Sure, let's go with that. I just haven't figured out yet. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. Then, that doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Yeah! Your Honor, I'd like, add the statement to the testimony. Okay, sure. All will be made clear in due time. Ha!
Oh, this should be fun.
Huh? You don't believe me?
Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Okay, by the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. Let's try it again. There have been a lot of contradictions in your statements so far. This time, are you sure it's all true?
Yes, I'm sure.
When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks are so clear.
That's right, I'm certain of it.
I think I've trapped her this time.
I see how you think. Snow, huh?
What, can somebody fill me in? There's probably a time discrepancy. If the snow really stopped by the time of the murder, it'd mean there's a bigger hole in her story than that movie, The Grid Revelations? What? I guess this is the downside of playing an almost 20-year-old video game.
Ha! Yeah, some of our jokes might be a little dated. Well then, Mr. Trey, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us. Let's see what's up your sleeve. Or rather, at the end of your index finger.
I'm not gonna pierce the piece of paper with my finger. That'd just be silly, but I don't want to believe it. But I don't think my logic is failing. Iris is still trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she do that? There's only one reason I can think of. I don't know, for some weird reason, she is the real culprit. I use this sheet. Okay, no, it's not there. And I use the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura. Is that it? Hold up. By the time where it took place, the snow had already stopped. Let's check again. Weather report, don't fail me now. Snow. 10:50. I mean, we might as well just F and YOLO it. Like, it's probably this. Nope, not at all. Crud. I really should have thought that more. Jesus. Okay. The snow had already stopped. If it's not the weather report... Tracks. It probably is the tracks, but how do I explain that? Wait. Hold on. Oh my god. The lightning strike happened before the snow. So you literally could never have crossed Dusky Bridge. It was destroyed by then. Bull. It was the weather data, but not how I expected. You claim the snow had already stopped. But I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't how it happened. God. You know, if I actually read the evidence... This is the weather data from the night of the murder. You thought I'd have it memorized how often we use it, but according to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge because at 10:45...
What happened at 10:45? Why would you say that?
5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was caught ablaze.
What?
You didn't know? What the?
The bridge was on fire?
You don't mean to say you didn't know that? What? It's because of the lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
But it can't be.
Why can't it be? What? You've never heard this? You could have assumed. No, she's confused on the time. Do you really believe you crossed that bridge? It looks like you still haven't figured it out. no matter how hard you try and deceive or conceal the truth. You can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. Get her! Get her! God, I've lost all sympathy for Iris. What is she doing? The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right. The inner temple was already cut off from the outside world. But then how did the body get there? There's no way you could have crossed that bridge. With you or anybody, really. Witness, even I have patience. This is like 9 contradictions back to back. Any further line out to find you in contempt of court. You have anything to say for yourself? Objection. What? Oh my, come on, dude.
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you.
Me?
Let me finish.
Yes, you old man. Oh my God. How dare you?
Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now.
Listen, I truly deep down love this game, but that is the worst line in the whole, like, come on. She's literally on the witness stand. You gotta tell the truth. Come on.
The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right?
Well, a certain somebody's not really helping.
Of course, but, whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are 2 facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Denum was discovered in Hazakura Temple courtyard, and the second, the head nun saw Iris desecrating the body.
He makes a good point on both accounts. But how can you explain this if she doesn't even know?
That's right. I'm not lying.
Oh, wow. What are you claiming this time then?
I wasn't myself.
What? Is that literal?
So my memory is a little hazy. Haha.
No, you're joking. Yu-Gi-Oh? Is that what we're doing? Can she channel? You stood at the witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now your memory was a little hazy?
It's only human to her. If you're so perfect, right, maybe you can explain this court.
About what do I need to explain?
When the murder happened, the bridge already burned down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little trick.
Maybe a secret passage we haven't discovered?
I know that there must be some other way she could have crossed the burned bridge. Unless I can somehow demonstrate it. Well, never know the truth? Looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. Come on, cut me a break!
You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest this lady's testimony isn't the truth.
I mean, come on. Like, come on. Unless the memory... Oh my God, I know I'm overthinking this, but her memory not being up to... Ooh. All right, then, let's hear your testimony.
Oh, I have to do that again? About what?
You admitted that you moved the victim's body. Now, nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation into your testimony.
Oh, I can do that. With pleasure, Your Honor.
Will this be her final testimony? I don't know. Kinda doubt it.